Okay, guys, we are back, and it is Ret versus Naniwa, game number 1. The winner of this will move on to the winner's bracket final. So these guys are very, very much so vying for that BlizzCon spot. Ret spawning in the 3 o'clock position as the blue Zerg player, and of course Naniwa, the red Protoss, over at 9 o'clock. Rotterdam getting the heart on stream. Oh my goodness.
How did that even happen? I didn't even reconnect to Battle.net, so I have no idea why my status wasn't on busy, but just keep that aside.
Happens to the best of us, man.
Well, that's very sad. But here we go, Ret indeed spawning at the 3 o'clock position, Naniwa at the 9 o'clock. As you already mentioned, yeah, once again, these guys play against each other a couple of times, have quite a history together. On Assembly, Ret was able to win 2-0 relatively convincingly. Naniwa won 2-1 in TSL 3, that is, which was of course an online tournament, and then managed to win on DreamHack Summer as well.
Yeah, so this is the big decider, right? Naniwa is taking the last 2 sets. Ret really needs a win here, and of course he's going to want the big win here because I know he loves traveling to the States when he can, and he would love to be at BlizzCon as much as, I mean, we would all love to be at BlizzCon. I'd love to be at BlizzCon, Roddy.
Me too. I've never been there. I've tried several times during my work career, man. I feel miserably.
I was going to just go as a spectator for this one, but then I ended up coming out here to work with you here in Germany. Or I guess we're not in Germany right now, but pool. Ret going.
We see Naniwa right there. It's going to wall off with the Cybernetic score. So far everything standard on our Protoss player. His side spawning pool completed right now. Let's take a look if Ret actually stops mining gas as soon as he hits 100 or not, but that's a while ago. So yeah, I guess just an ultra safe opening for Ret. Perhaps afraid of Nani doing something with cannons. I have no other explanation for it.
Well, yeah, you don't really see a whole lot of hatch first out of Zerg players in general these days. Sometimes you can get away with it, but there's a lot of cool ways that you can punish hatch first. The speedling openings are a little bit more standard, and then even just going like a slowling opening with the later gas.
What you often see is the spawning pool and then followed up by the hatchery and then the extractor, you know, just to get the hatchery down a little bit faster, which makes sense because I mean it's okay. Ret is gonna get a relatively fast speed, but then what is he gonna do with the speed? I mean, it's not like he's gonna be able to run by a couple of Zerglings. Nani ain't crazy, of course. He's gonna have a wall off. So I'm not sure. Yeah, but I mean, obviously, Ret has prepared this, so...
Yeah. Well, I mean, the nice thing about
I'm not going to question it.
Yeah, the nice thing about the speedlings is they do give a lot of map control, a lot of vision, so Ret will know everything that's going on. He's going to be able to prevent any scouting from Naniwa. And as you said, he's pulled guys off of gas. He's just powering drones here. Doesn't need any more gas, so he's just going to let that economy get going. And Naniwa looking like he might be wanting to expand off of just one gateway. I don't really think that would be the best move against this speedling opening. I think a speedling all-in against one gate expand really favors the Zerg player.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you are able to put a lot of pressure. On the other hand, Naniwa does need to go for that relatively quick nexus. I feel the traditional 3-gate expand, Zerg can just lean back for quite a while.
Yeah,
and get so many drones.
It's kind of become a little bit too slow. 3-gate expand doesn't really cut it anymore.
No, it's very safe, but it's too safe. I mean, you just won't get. The only thing I think it's good at is against like the Roachling all-in. If you have like 3 gates and you have a lot of sentries, you have a lot of force field. It's quite good at defending off the Roachling all-ins, let's say on 28 drones. But yeah, other than that, it's just a little too safe. And I think this is one of the reasons why we see Naniwa pulling off right now that 1-gate expand.
Wow, yeah, he is going for the 1-gate expo. Ret's going to scout that eventually. Yeah, that link pokes up and sees it. Ret's been just adding a lot of drones thus far, already getting his 3rd base. So he's got that 3rd base down before the 6-minute mark. That is a very, very fast 3rd. And I think it's a good response here. So him taking that early 3rd tells us that he's not going to be doing any sort of crazy speedling all-in. He is making a few more lings, though, so he might poke with it, but I do not see him... I don't think he's going to do anything super crazy. And a Stargate down for Naniwa.
And what I love to see right now, I mean, playing Zerg in this phase of the game is really lovely. Look at Ret's vision. He sees almost everything there is to see. And then if you look at Naniwa, he sees literally nothing besides where his own buildings are. And that is such a big difference between playing Zerg and Protoss in this phase of the game. Even though will Ret be able to see the only thing that actually really matters? I guess he will, because all of the sentries are here, but it's going to get close. Actually, I think
Overlord's got such a long way to go. His vision is just at the edge. He sees the pylon. Nani he has to be thinking.
No, I think Ret sees it.
So now he knows. There are no secrets for Naniwa.
So I think Naniwa didn't want to send all sentries straight away because I think he thought it might have been a distraction maneuver, you know. If Ret would have sacrificed an Overlord over here and Nani would send 6 sentries, then Ret could possibly run by with a lot of links and perhaps force a cancel on the expand or do whatever he could possibly do. And I really, really like that Naniwa is even thinking about that and not sending the 6 sentries straight away like I would do, and that just shows the difference between these decent players and these absolute top players. even though this did mean that Red was going to see this Stargate in the end, Naniwa realized like, okay, he's going to see the Stargate, but imagine if I lose my expand, then I'm way further from home.
That's a really fast robo down from Naniwa. Is he just going to make the one Void Ray and then a couple Phoenixes? Yeah, it looks like it's going to be that sort of MC style. Ret should be able to prepare for this. The Spore Crawler already going down. His Queen will be out here shortly, and I don't think that Void Ray is going to be able to do any damage to that third base.
Well, that's what I mentioned before, man. If MC does the Void Ray, he always somehow kills a Queen and he cancels the third base. But when the rest of the world does it, it just the timings doesn't really seem to add up. Even though I still feel this is a ridiculously fast Void Ray, but it was an even faster third expand for Red. So excellent job right now. Spore Crawler just completed when the Void Ray is done, and that's just perfect.
And you know what? I really feel like this is extremely bad for Naniwa.
Yeah, it is.
You know, if you open up Stargate, you sort of have to do damage. If you do 0 damage, that Stargate play, it just puts you so far behind because Zerg can just drone forever. So Naniwa is actually in a little bit of trouble here. He needs to make something happen. And the Phoenix is coming in. That first Queen is probably going to go down. Void Ray charging up on the Overlord first. Wow, it's taking a lot of damage, and the Queen's actually going to turn it around before the Phoenix is able to lift anything. So Red just doing an excellent job of staying in good, firm control of this game. His layer's already done.
This is the first thing I'm getting slightly worried about. Sorry to interrupt you there, Ben, but he's going to add the Hydras again. If he's actually going to add a couple of Hydras, Nani is going for ridiculously fast Colossi of 2 base, considering the fact that he actually opened up Stargate units, which is very unusual to see this fast. I mean, at 940 mark, having a running Expo, having a Stargate with a Void Ray, and being able to produce Colossi, that is actually very strange. And if Red is gonna last perhaps or hang on to his Hydras a little bit too long, then it might actually get tricky for him.
I would be really surprised if Red built more than 8 Hydras, period. I mean, the whole thing about when Protoss opens Stargate, you just want to get enough Hydras to stay alive. Oh, I love it. I do love this so much. Drop is such an underused tool, in my opinion, in all Zerg arsenals. Naniwa going to continue to try and harass with this Phoenix and Void Ray. I don't think it's going to be too effective, though. He might get an Overlord. No, not even going to do that. And Ret just looking so strong. You're right, though. You're right. If Ret overcommits to Hydras, he could put himself into a tough situation.
Still no Spire on the map, and I think actually if he's going to drop like really heavily while Nani is still on 2 base, I don't think Nani minds that much. I mean, if you look at his amount of gates, it seems more like Naniwa is actually looking up to put like a lot of aggression on Red anytime soon. I don't see Naniwa like showing any signs of, well, let's try to get another base or anything like that.
Yeah, it's like a 2-base Colossus all in.
Yeah, so that would actually like just play into his own cards. If Red would suddenly decide to drop a lot of units, then okay, then I don't have to find a creep anymore, man.
Yeah, just force field everything out. And, you know, Red's making just pure lings. He's spending all of his gas on Hydras, and the rest is going in Zerglings. Naniwa actually pushing out here. Ooh, Red, you could be in some trouble here. Look at this, making a lot of Hydras. I'm not sure. How many Hydras do we have out right now, Roddy?
Let's take a look at the unit count. We have 8 right now.
He's got 8 out. But 10 more on the way, though.
so much for the no more than 8 Hydras, eh?
Yeah, I love this. Yeah, Red's so good with this counterattacking. So basically, he's forced. This is Naniwa's now all in because he's about to lose all of his probes.
Yeah, excellent play right there by Red. Red's going to try to run a couple of Zerglings up the ramp as well. He's not going to be able to succeed in that though. Nevertheless, he might be able to kill this Zealot.
Zealot is going to fall, and the Lings perfectly putting those probes on hold position. Very nicely controlled from Naniwa. There's a fight happening at the 3rd base. Naniwa coming with just a single Colossus, and Red does not have the best army composition to fight that, especially after throwing away all those Zerglings.
Look at his Spore Crawler.
Ooh, Ret. Spore picks off the Void Ray. That's nice, but I think Ret might have to sack this base. Loading up all the Hydras into drops. What?
He's producing a lot, though. 11 Roaches on the way, 4 more Hydras on the way. Super tense moment right now between Ret and Naniwa. Will Ret be able to somehow hold this push of Naniwa?
Oh, man, I don't know. Naniwa, the great force fields there, zoning out all of Ret's units, but Ret still, his macro is just so strong. He's building so much stuff. Naniwa backing up to the top of the ramp there. Oh, man, here come the reinforcements. Naniwa's got a lot of units pouring into Red's 3rd base.
Naniwa's forced to micro his Colossi now to the back, though, but nevertheless, they're doing so much damage. 9 kills on his 1 Colossi, forcing Red to temporary retreat. 8 more Roaches on the way, though. He might be able to snipe the Colossi.
Oh, and it stays alive. Wow, great control there by Nani.
Look at Red as well, very smart, just adding a couple of units, but no, Naniwa, excellent control right there on these 2 Colossi, doing so much damage. The food supply is getting really close right now. Look at the micro on that Colossi, that's ridiculous. 9 and 16 kills, and those were not Zerglings.
Man, those were real units. Absolute heroes, and Naniwa just forcing Ret to make so many units. The real critical thing here, though, is I don't think Ret's taken any damage to his economy, and he's been able to macro pretty much unchecked. His infestation pit's going down. He's got a lot of Zerglings on the way out, and I feel like one big wave of reinforcements is going to going to be enough to really push Naniwa back. A bunch of Lings in the mix there is going to really throw off the Colossi AI.
I just love how Nani is temporarily waiting right now as well, letting those shields regenerate. Oh, so important. I love the double grouping of his Colossi. I often said it. I had like a show as well for a while. I always said like double group your Colossi. You can put them in one if you want, but then try to put them in two as well. It helps out a lot with microing them, and Nani was displaying this in a way that I never thought was possible, but he's doing it to the maximum effort.
Once again, Ret trying to engage here, just forcing Naniwa to back up. Naniwa's got a lot of Stalkers there. He's just transitioning to Mass Stalker. Another Zergling counter into Naniwa's Nat. Oh, and Ret engaging again at the third base. There's no force field left, so Naniwa's not really able to control space very well. And Ret
so close.
Just very intelligently sitting up at the top of that ramp, not going to... Oh, the Colossus are way forward, but no, they're going to back up once again. Naniwa controlling this very, very well.
Excellent claim by both players, so action-packed. Red now quite far ahead though, and 11 more roaches on the way. Nani's gonna need a small miracle. As you said, there is not a single sentry over here. These roaches take a lot of damage straight away. They got born in the wrong moment.
Oh, big surround coming from Red. Units coming from all sides. Now the Colossi can't get away. They're gonna get focused down immediately, and Red is gonna crush through the gateway forces of Naniwa. Such excellent control. Naniwa in full retreat now.
I cannot believe what we're seeing. This is so good from Red. That's insane. I can't believe he survived under so much pressure. I can't believe he even comes up with stuff like that, going for a roach sandwich in this phase of the game. It's ridiculous, and right now he's 68 supply ahead. Superb play by Red, absolutely flawless. I'm so impressed.
Oh, Roddy, I could not agree more. And like we said, Naniwa is basically, this whole thing is hinged on this two-base timing, and he's got no third anywhere in sight. He might be able to live through this push, but will he be able to survive the next one? Red is in fact going to push it or back off and wait for a few more units. No, he is going to go in once more. The Stalkers are taking so much damage. Naniwa doing a good job of staying alive, but right now Red can just lean on him.
So many more units coming in for Red, but I think he went a little bit too early there. There was no reason for him to fight. Now more roaches coming in, not only from the south side, but from the east side as well. A couple of Zerglings streaming through the middle of the map.
Macro.
It's insane. Look at this money. Even now it's still relatively low. Oh, Colossi taking a lot of damage. Stalkers falling down straight away. Look at the control of those roaches.
Oh, Red, so good. Focusing a few, using a few roaches to focus Colossi, or the rest just deal with the ball. Red just bearing down on Naniwa. He's backed up all the way into a corner. The Stalkers can't go anywhere. There's no blink. The Colossus looks like it's going to go down, and Ret is just rallying across the map with everything he has. Naniwa on the ropes. GG. Ret takes game number 1.
Wow, Mr. Bitter, what a game. Seriously, what a game. And now you know why the entire Starcraft community loves to see Naniwa against Ret. If these two guys are not the absolute top notch of Europe, I really don't know what is. So cool. Look, such an action-packed game.
He's like a boss, just chewing that gum. Like, no problem. Problem, Naniwa? Oh, man. So, wow. Gotta compose myself, catch my breath, and wipe the sweat off my brow. That was pretty epic. Game number 2 is going to be on Tal'Darim Altar. We were talking about this earlier. So you said that it's really hard for a Protoss to get a 4th base. I can agree with that sentiment absolutely. What I'm gonna offer as a counter argument to that it's so hard for Zerg to survive until that point, because on 3 bases on 6 gas, Toss can get so many high-tech units. I'm really curious to see what Ret chooses to do here, because like a really playing a macro game against Naniwa on Tal'Darim Altar just seems really, really scary to me. Like, that is like the worst prospect of a... I mean, there's no worse situation that I would... Why can't I say this? I would not want to be in Ret's shoes.
But if you have Red skill?
If I had Red skill, maybe it'd be different. But I do not have Red skill. That guy is a freaking monster. His macro... You saw it in that game. There's just... He had units coming from every angle, man. It was intense.
Absolutely insane. I really, really love that game. So good play by both players, not just by Red, but also by Naniwa. Despite losing, I still think that was excellent. I really am survived at how little damage he took from that first Zergling 1-by. On the moment I thought, I was like, alright, he's going to lose 25
Yeah,
close.
I thought so too.
But no, excellent zealot positioning, just wiping in enough units. Superb.
Alright, so players are all ready. So just waiting for the go-ahead from the production team backstage. As soon as they give us the go-go, we will rock and roll. And there it is. Go, go, go. So we're ready to rock, Rotterdam. I cannot wait to see what Game 2 has in store.
Same. I'm ready. Let's ask the players one more time if they're ready or not. Both players are red and blue, so that is correct. We see red.